I do not own that team. I don't know who owned it.
I do not.
I know you know where you know it
that.
from. Nigga, I don't got nothing to do with that. But if you can hear me, if you can see me, that could only mean one thing. It's another week of Our Opinion Podcast. Man, you know that crazy podcast.
We back.
No matter how long we take off and we come back, we still don't care about your opinion. Yeah, that's us. I'm voice 1.
Hey, yo, I'm voice 2.
And I'm voice 3.
What's the deal, y'all? Y'all
What
good?
up, though?
What up, though?
What up, though? That's a real Detroit thing. I be saying that, so I be like, we really do that.
No, that's real Detroit.
That's a real
and once you
thing.
say it, everybody knows. Like, oh, you from the D?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the East Side and West Side thing. I know we be deep.
Yeah, no, it's
That's universal.
universal.
That's a city thing for
Bro,
sure.
we was on vacation in Florida this summer. I mean, this Christmas.
You went this summer?
I'm about to
Yeah,
say,
no.
do
This
tell.
Christmas.
Time traveler.
Right? I came back from the future.
Back from the
Yeah. We win it. No, we went to Florida and we're like visiting this resort or whatever. Like, you know how they try and get you to buy the timeshare and all that good stuff. We got some free rooms and all that good stuff. But it's a dude in him and his son in the pool swimming. And he greets my man. It's like, hey, what's going on? And he greet us like, what up, though? I said, hey, my man, I said, you from the East or West? He bust out laughing. He said, oh, you from the D too? I said, on the East side, man, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's a universal thing.
It is. It's like a beck and call.
Yeah, for sure.
He never said he was from. He might be from Roseville or something. He might
Right.
be-
He
yeah.
just
never said he was
affiliated,
from the East or
but
the
he
West.
ain't
Hey,
in it.
It's funny because that leads me to what I gotta say it.
Okay.
When something needs to be said, man, you ain't gonna say it, so I just gotta say it.
Mm-hmm.
The outskirts of Detroit
Or not
are
Detroit.
not Detroit. I was simple story, out of town, nigga, and we ain't nowhere but in Indiana. We're nowhere. It's 4 hours away.
Yeah.
Seen a nigga with a Michigan State shirt on, so you know. I don't know why I just associated that with the D though. Like, nigga,
Yeah.
Anytime you see,
he like, yeah, I'm from the D too. I'm like, oh, nigga, where you from? That nigga said he was from. Nigga said he was from Pontiac. I said no.
not quite the D.
There's a
You're a
parameter,
long distance cousin.
and then there's an outer parameter.
Yeah.
So the outskirts of Detroit, man, are not Detroit,
Yeah.
man.
No,
so
sir.
if you gonna claim me, man,
That's why. And
Claim
even
it.
when they say, yeah,
that nigga say, oh, yeah, you say, yeah,
I'm
I'm
like
from
they
Pontiac.
said Metro
Mount-
Detroit.
Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
Nigga, yeah,
Nigga, what?
Nah, fam, that ain't what we doing, man. Hey, man, so look,
Ann Arbor.
last week I ended with something that I want to start with.
Okay.
Okay.
Like a happy hour, if you will. We just gonna, you know, for the
Let's-
next couple of minutes, we're gonna free drinks for everybody.
Let's rock.
Free drinks for everybody.
I ended with being
Goodbye.
intentional and intentionality has to have a direction.
Okay.
Okay.
That's where it came from. Nothing super deep. I'm being petty here, or nitpicking.
Okay.
I hate when I talk to people and they be like, yeah, but I'm intentional. About what, nigga? Like, what direction is it? I'm intentional about my time. I'm intentional about how I treat people. And I think that's important because we just end up babysitting the idea that if a person say, I'm intentional, we'd be like, hey, good person. Yeah, that's like every nigga that say praise the Lord, no Jesus. No.
Yeah.
Just a catchphrase.
Yeah, nah.
What are your intentions?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
And then what are your intentions? And then do they have any
What's the
safe space here? Are they? Because you can be intentional about stuff and still be wrong,
I agree.
still mess up and still miss time. But hey, a second late could be a minute early. Get your timing together, nigga.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just nothing deep, man. I just wanted to talk about that. I hate hearing it all the time. And it was like, yeah, I'm real intentional about what, bro? Like, what do you?
Well, I mean, about whatever it is that they have to be intentional about.
Yeah, it's so broad.
No, but it's not. But it is when you tell a person to be intentional, you're saying whatever it is that you're setting forth, be intentional about it. It doesn't stop at just one specific thing.
Yeah, so
it's
I'm
being intentional with everything. Like you said, the way you speak to people. Are you speaking at people or are you intentionally speaking to people?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a difference.
I guess I'm saying I think that B clause that needs to be said. Because I could be in a room full of gay niggas, but like, nah, I'm straight. You straight or you straight on participating?
Or you just straight on him?
Yeah, like, what?
We got another one.
Yeah, like what straight are you?
Take your pick.
Like, nigga, I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'm straight on both.
but see,
Yeah, on both
that's
ways.
one. But that's one way being intentional with your words.
Yeah, I'm straight.
Well, I would be intentional on not being in that room.
In that
Why
room.
you?
See?
Obviously,
What was
you ain't
your-
intentional.
what was your intention
Yeah.
of being there? If you
Yeah.
weren't participating,
So-
why were you there?
So he definitely had a right to ask, "Are you straight
Are you
with this?"
straight on this or?
Come in.
Because if you here, you ain't
Because
straight.
read the room. Read the room.
But I'm joking, but I'm saying like,
Yeah.
just say what.
But nobody
the
ever.
intentional. Nobody does.
Well, because it depends on what the conversation is.
I was about to say, I guess
if I'm
it's
if
the
y'all
context.
talking about one specific thing and that person is saying I'm intentional, you already know what they're talking about because y'all could be talking about working out. I'm intentional about making sure I hit my reps. I don't have to keep repeating that because we talking about working out.
Yeah, and like I said, I do it too. So I understand that, right? And I'm just nitpicking because then a person said I was intentional, and then you get listening to the story. He was like, "Oh, nigga, it's your fault." Like, yeah, you was intentional, but you still didn't do that. Was needed to be done. Like, so I don't care about your intentionality.
Yeah, it's like
So
right intentions, wrong timing.
Yeah, so give me the intent of what you're talking about. And then, okay, you're intentional about what you say, how you move, not responding. Because then I think intentionality or intention covers up accountability. If I just say, well, I was intentional. Yeah, you was intentional of buying that watch. Thinking your wife was going to be like, and really, nigga, you missed a whole bunch of shit and listening. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, yeah, nigga, that ain't.
Yeah, I don't know because again,
But you're
We-
right, okay. Please,
we had
we gotta let that one
we
go.
had a conversation, brother.
Okay, now you said
This-
prior knowledge
Yeah.
was made.
I was intentional and everything. You said you wanted this. I got you what you
But see,
wanted.
right intention, wrong timing.
And a second
I-
later,
yeah, okay.
Right intention,
I
wrong
don't know.
timing.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
No, like I said, nothing deep, man. I just
I
want
ain't
to
letting it go.
at it, man. A side note, this is real random. I was talking to my homegirl today who had trouble with her husband. Think about that attention and what you was hoping for.
Okay.
And she was like, they had a nice little, she was just venting to me. You know, they was scared of divorce. I'm like, nigga, no, we're not doing that. I've been there, so whatever. And she was like, I was talking to him, and then I yelled out. And then I was trying to breathe life into him. I said, it's only one way to breathe life into him, baby.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta
Gotta
put that
give
neck
Trying to
in.
tell you.
Trying
Trying to tell you.
Man, you get breathe life into him if you just give us beer. I don't know what that
just
do
saying.
for you.
You
But
said,
go
but
be
all
great.
the life
The nigga,
is received.
Damn,
when you-
my bad, man. My bad. You my man, so I never say your name. The nigga goes on.
You
to
said there's never a wrong time.
The
Huh?
nigga goes on to say, she say, I don't even know if I'm good at it no more. I said, well, if you want to holler at me, I'll tell him I'm doing this for y'all.
Yeah, you're a wild boy.
Hey, man,
Yeah,
it
you
what it
can
look
prac-
like.
you can practice on
I know,
me.
I know I said, oh, that, don't disregard that, bro.
You're sick. He said, I'll be a guinea pig.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm a
You
good
test
friend.
dummy.
I'm doing this for you, nigga.
I'm doing this for y'all. I love y'all.
Have her come to you with no trash head.
Try to breathe life into
Gotta
you.
make sure. Gotta make sure it's fire. If you go,
Yeah, 'cause power,
I don't even like this, man. Like she not doing
you go
good.
to the word for no reason because power of life and death lie within the tongue. What they got to do with anything? I
you
don't
put
know.
your tongue in the right place, and you'll reach the
The
power.
mare's gonna live on, brother. Hey man, don't mind me. True story, fake names, real laughs. Hey, so I do want to go into the hourglass though.
Okay.
Daddy
issues, past and present. Daddy issues, past and present.
Past
Okay.
and present.
Yeah, I say present. I think that daddy issues. You could have an active daddy right now, living.
You mean
daddy,
like present father issues?
and you still have daddy issues. What I want to tap into before that is, anytime I've heard daddy issues, the women get shade for it. And they
Absolutely.
be like, oh, every time you hear daddy issues, it's associated with a woman having issues.
Lack of a lot.
Daddy issues. And I don't think that that's limited to just women.
Very
No,
true.
Not at
Daddy
all.
issues is not limited to just women.
I agree.
With that being said, again, I think that we can have. I think a lot of men have daddy issues.
No, I agree. I agree.
From living around the corner, present, no yet active daddies. So I just want to dive into that. First of all, what are daddy issues? What are daddy issues? Just the surface level. What do you guys think it is.
What do y'all deal with as? I mean, I'm not someone who has, I guess, the typical daddy issues.
Yeah,
so.
but daddy issues though. A daddy issue.
I'm
can
saying, what people are labeled as that have daddy issues, where women lack self-respect when it comes to men, or allow themselves to be degraded, and they feel like, oh well, you didn't have a daddy growing up telling you, boosting you up, and also putting you on game to the the games dudes play. So they figure that's a daddy issue, but sometimes it's not necessarily an issue. It's just a lack of a father, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have issues because of it. Gotcha. But they do. Missing parents, period, plays a major role in a child's upbringing.
Yeah. And I'll get into the whole missing thing down the road.
Yeah, because I was about to say, I know you were saying like
with having
with the parent, with the father being present in your
and
life,
still having.
Yeah, and you can still kind of suffer or.
I know my kids got daddy issues on behalf of me because we're not in one house no more. And I hear them talk about it all the time. My son the other day just said, literally, because my daughter first, the weather broke. So we outside vacuuming my car. I always do that. Save money. I little vacuum, whatever. And she literally said, I'm so glad the weather broke. It's summertime again, Daddy. I miss doing this. My son follows up and says, yeah, like we used to do family time. Can we do that again this summer? Go get ice cream? They're talking about being married and as a family.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even do that no more. And that's an issue now. I know and here's what I mean. So when I say daddy issue, doesn't necessarily mean that something broken, you got to go fix it. It can just be something that's no longer the norm. So it's an issue with I have to make an adjustment. I think my kids have
but usually if something has an issue, something needs to be, in a sense, repaired.
Nope. I'm going to get into that too.
But I'm saying, like, because it may not need full on replacement, but if there's an issue, something has to be done so that the issue doesn't become a major disaster versus it remaining what it is.
I disagree. Here's why. I have an issue with the way my brother and our relationship has always been. Up to an age now and to a point, I can no longer chase that now. So because I had an issue with it, it is what it is now. I just gotta take it for what it is. I don't want to fix it. I can't go back and change it.
But you don't want to fix it because you feel like you've reached the age to where it can't be fixed.
No. I think I've reached the age to where I understand this is as good as it's going to get. So there's no need for me to try to. This is what it is. If this is going to be the totality of our relationship, then that in which I desire is obtainable. So I take no issue with the new norm. I'm
gonna take what I can get.
I take what I can get, and now I say I maximize that as opposed to saying, well, I got an issue, because I do agree. If I got an issue with something, that means I want it to be rectified and or fixed.
True.
But when I come to, I've come to a conclusion too, though, that sometimes I can have an issue with something, and it is what it is, and my issue can just simply mean a disagreement, or don't like, or uncomfortable, and
I think also some issues, some problems will never be fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like he's saying too, I guess give clarity to what he's saying to where it's like you can have a loved one pass away.
Absolutely.
And that can be an issue.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna.
But that's what I said.
It ain't gonna fix nothing.
But there's nothing.
But not saying that he's passed away. However,
that is if another the only difference that can probably further drive that issue into a further issue is if someone else who was close enough to you passes, or something else pertaining to that situation, makes it deeper. Once you've accepted they passed on, then nothing else can change from that. But if it's something that a conversation could be had, an issue of that something can be changed, then there is a difference.
So I do understand what you're saying. What he's saying too is more so, if it can be fixed on my end, it'll already be fixed. However, to also piggyback on the last conversation we had before, I can't control
with someone else
what you're doing. I can only control, or I can only give my input to the situation.
Right,
it also takes for you to input into the situation for this
absolutely
relationship to grow,
and work.
to work.
Yeah, you can't. It's
to
not
get
can't
better.
be one sided.
Otherwise,
But
I'm
that's
the
what I'm
only nigga having
saying.
the issue.
But that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. But the issue that like
Or
that's
you the
why I
only
said
one.
the
You
issue
the one
can
doing
either
all
just
of
be
the
something
pulling.
you accept that can't possibly change, or something that you feel like you said, you feel like it'll never change, so you've just accepted what has been given to you.
Without
What I'm
harping
saying.
on that,
Right, but it's
that I
still-
dislike and embracing that which is now new.
Yeah.
So I can't harp on what I wanted it to be or what I desire it to be.
You
It's just
accept
like,
it. I mean, you're just accepting
Cost,
what
cost.
it is.
However, like now, a literal thing, I played either 2K or GTA online with my brother. Nigga, I'd be like, I gotta call you back. So it's like I'm on the phone with my brother. Like, this fun. Like, this the our relationship, that brother relationship I always wanted. And I'm not on there talking about like, man, why we couldn't do this shit when we was kids? Like, it's just like,
I'm just gonna live in this
Right,
moment.
you
love
you
this
living
shit
in the
now.
Yeah,
moment
I'ma live
and
in
you
this
taking
moment.
it for what it is. But I don't think. But to your point of you feel like your kid have the children have daddy issues because they don't do family time. I wouldn't say that they
I'm
necessarily
assuming
have
maybe they don't.
daddy issues,
Yeah.
but they're just missing a moment that used to happen that was just a family moment that doesn't necessarily have to do with you. That
I was
could
going
be,
into deeper to saying, and they might not though. You're right.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I was going to kind of more exemplify. Like, I know my daughter, she walked through the divorce with me,
Mm-hmm.
so I know she has the household issues, which is daddy. I just take that
Or the
daddy
dynamic.
issue.
Yeah,
the
the-
dynamic
Yeah.
of it. Like,
She
always like,
because when she got here, it was always one way.
was in
It was
one house.
never something different for her.
so now I always hear her saying like, I just miss her older brother or miss my middle son, and I miss when we was all at one house. And then my son would follow through and be like, yeah, because that was fun. We used to have family time. I used to literally call her like, all right, family time. Whether that was dinner, playing together.
But see, those are things that
those
can-
are issues that
But
may,
those are issues that can be fixed, though.
absolutely. But what I'm saying to them and I'm
At the
speaking
present
for
moment,
them.
it's an issue.
It's an issue.
I mean,
for
yeah,
them.
it is.
It's
but
hard for them to
I wouldn't
adjust.
deem it as a daddy issue.
So
I mean,
let's read-
like you said,
Maybe-
it's just a
Let's
fact.
read the definition.
And I could be wrong.
What does daddy issues mean? Daddy issues
Is the Urban
is
Dictionary definition or the?
this is
'Cause you know they be having
dictionary.com.
two different.
Yeah. Hey, we don't got Shannon Sharp people. So
Yeah.
Google it is. Nigga. We gonna Siri this
Dictionary.com.
Go old school. ask
Daddy
me.
issues is a informative phrase for the psychological challenges resulting from a absent or abnormal relationship with one's father, often manifesting in a distrust of or sexual desire for men who act as father figures. Yeah, that's what they said. That's what the meaning is.
And again, I can be using the wrong words and they may have daddy issues. I know that they have an issue with a way that daddy had made their life. They were accustomed to a lifestyle with their dad, right? And I hate that for them. And now I'm trying to figure out ways to try to
Adjust, but to also
and also be transparent and say, man,
yeah.
shit happens. This
Yeah.
is what it is.
life isn't always going to be the way cookie cutter like we want it to be.
Yeah, but I think there are a lot of men, a lot of people, but I'm speaking to the men because, again, when I hear daddy issues, it goes right to the women. There are a lot of men who have daddy issues with present fathers right now. And I say that because having a present parent doesn't mean having a relationship with the parent.
Yeah.
And
Or
I
an
think
effective
a lot of niggas suffer.
What do you mean by that?
Like my mom and I, for instance.
Okay.
I got a present mother. I can call her. She's living. I can talk to her. I can go see her.
Okay.
We don't have a relationship though. I'm not on like you and your mom. You can call your mom.
So
right
the
now and sit on the phone.
So the
for
difference
hours and
between
talk to her.
presence and active.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And now, not even
Yeah, because
active.
it's definitely
'Cause
that
you-
is different though.
You can because
Because you can be in the house and not do absolutely anything. You're present. You are present. You're showing up there.
I'm adding a third column is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
is a active, present, and relationship portion. Because I also have a father who's active in the sense of he could be like, hey, let me get $20 for gas. I'm just throwing something out there. I got you. Active, nigga. He look out. Or nigga might come grab the kids and watch the kids or something. What's wrong with you? They active.
That's grandparent though.
Yeah, for sure. But
No,
I'm
I'm
saying,
talking. I'm talking.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a little different.
Yeah, but they're
that's the
present.
redemption
I'm
phase.
just trying to make it make sense, right? But they're present. Then, but they're active. They hands on. They'll help out. I can call for help. I can call for advice if I see fit. But because I don't have the relationship, I'm not thinking first. I'm gonna call my mama and talk to my mama, bro. I'm not on the phone for hours talking to my mom. I don't go on dates with my mom. I don't have a relationship with her. Our relation, I don't have that relationship. Our
Okay.
relationship looks a little different.
Okay.
I could pull up and drink a beer with my mama. I can watch TV with her or something, come over and chill. But I don't have that relationship. Let me say that. I'm not gonna say relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think there are a lot of niggas who suffer from daddy relationships.
So I'll say this, just hearing you and throughout this whole situation now, I think the same way you're saying that you and your brother relationship, where it's like, hey, I would much rather appreciate it look like a different thing. However, 2K and GTA
Yeah.
is what it is. I'm going to live in that moment, and I'm going to utilize this tool.
You gotta use
And I'm
what
going-
you got.
Yeah. So
Or
with
to not
that,
owe a nigga. Sometimes you gotta use what you got to pay a debt.
well, I don't know. That sound wild.
Say, dude.
How much I owe you? God damn.
Sound like a freaky fella.
No, that nigga that DoorDash a honey pack, that's a freaky nigga.
Who?
I dropped off
honey pack.
bro. That nigga was at the door, fam.
Door dashed a honey pack.
DoorDash the
That nigga
honey
DoorDash, I
pack
dropped it off to him, bro. He was
How
at
do you
the
even
door.
buy that online?
at the liquor
At the
store.
liquor store.
You can get almost anything at the liquor store.
And I pull up,
If
I'm
they
like-
have it and it's on the list, you can
So
get
it's the
it.
nigga doing inventory of honey packs
Of
on
honey packs.
at the liquor store.
Freaky
He
nigga.
get, whatever your order, he got to go pick it.
That is wild
I
to
said, you
me.
finna run through somebody's daughter, bro.
That is crazy.
Dog was at
What's
the
wilder,
door.
a honey pack or 4 Milwaukee's best?
Shit, they
I
going
don't
the
know.
same. Hey, I seen
My nigga said, "This the moment. I've been waiting for
dude
this.
was at the door. With,
I'm not leaving."
Let me tell you
Listen.
something. I don't know why I feel this way about niggas with Carhartts on. Them hood niggas.
Okay.
Niggas at the door with a Carhartt on, all black Carhartt, a little dusty. He's like, "Thank you." I was
Oh,
like,
yeah. He not even taking his
finna-
clothes
I'm
off.
talking about
Sis
that.
finna-
He not even taking his clothes off. He about to
He's
just go
about
there.
Punish. Talking about what?
He about to kill Shorty.
Everybody take some money out of her purse. And he take money out of her purse.
And take money.
He gonna
And
go,
he leave it with her
the
car.
nigga
Yeah,
might fix brakes.
sure.
He for sure leave it with her
Nah,
car.
that's
Go
wild.
here, bro. Freaky man.
Freaky
I
man,
think
freaky
you-
man. Yeah, that's him.
I think there's a image or a certain there's a certain perspective. Nope, that's not the word I want to use. There's an image that you've more so put in your mind of what a relationship with a son and a mother is supposed to be like. However, I think you and your mom have that relationship that you're looking at. You just want
deemed
it.
different. Yeah.
You just want it to look a certain way.
I
Where
don't
it's like,
disagree with that.
this is the fact that you're saying, hey, I can pull up and do
X,
this with
Y,
my
and Z
mama,
with her. You can
but
do
you
that.
feel like you can't also use that time
Yeah. To do what I
To-
what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
to bond with her
Yeah.
in that way
'Cause y'all
that you
still
want.
bonding.
What's
Right,
up
right,
with-
right. I'm just saying,
It's like
like
you still
for
but-
you to
right, you
for
gotta
you to live
switch
out
it.
that
Be the change you want, nigga. Make it happen then.
not only
Before you
that,
say
Or
it,
though,
just like you said,
not only that,
accepting this is
hey, in this realm,
Yeah.
this is
us.
I know I can pull up. I can grab a beer. I can drink with my mama. I know I can do that. However, I'm also yearning for a different type of connection with her.
Yeah.
So let me use this
to keep
to
using,
to drive me to this point.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, I know I can't just call her and say, hey, let's go to brunch.
Or you could if you ever try. Have you ever tried?
Yeah, no, but
Right, but even still, just given the
I'm
dynamic
just
of the
saying, when you-
relationship,
but if you,
that's true.
If you never tried something, you don't know if it'll work or not.
That's
If-
true.
I'm just saying
That's
that's,
true.
for anything.
No,
so you can't
that's
say
true. But I
if
also
somebody
agree
is
with
say
you,
yes
though.
or no just based off of a past maybe experience.
No, I
Maybe
agree
something
with
different
that.
might be new now,
That's
and that
true.
same dynamic that you're looking for could very well be present. You just have to put yourself out there.
I've come to this realization though.
but also,
to give
go ahead.
fairness to the parent. So kind of, I agree with you're saying though. What happens when that thing that you desire is what they just don't honestly just don't have to offer, and that's just the reality of it is. And I think I'm stuck up on this word daddy issue, so it makes it that's a tricky word, makes it problematic when you hear issue.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
The reality of it is, mom, dad, brother, sister, indifferent. What happens when that person just doesn't offer that? What if my mom just doesn't offer, or my dad, like, we on daddy issues. My father, I'm for the sake of the title, daddy issues, I suffer for daddy issues. Like, my dad was always present. Like, he was my hero growing up. Like, no matter what I think of him now, I don't think that much less of him now, but a little different. But always my hero. Always told him that.
Okay.
Always present. Nigga, play the game with me. Whatever. Need some money, looking out. But there was a lot of things now that I'm grown. It's like, nigga, where was you at for that? Like,
yeah, they missed the most important parts.
The daddy issue is, I should have got that there. And now as an adult, I'm filtering out, well, did he have that to offer? Or did he just not do it? And then when you find the answer to both, what you going to do with him?
Yeah.
Because
if he just didn't do it, then what?
Now what? If he ain't have it to offer, now what? That makes sense? I know that's a lot.
No.
So,
I get what you're saying.
So I understand what you're saying, where it's like, well, give my mom grace, nigga. Maybe she just don't have that to offer in that area. And if she does, nigga, go try and find out.
Yeah, the older I get, the more and more it's a two-sided thing. The older I get, the more and more that I show grace to my dad, or I give my dad grace. But on the other hand, it's still like, well, nigga, I didn't do it. I didn't go that route.
Yeah.
So I can't sympathize with you,
or
level out with you to get the understanding of why you chose to do what you did. However, the older I get, especially being married, to where it's like,
you see a different.
There's moments where it's like, I see why the nigga left.
He said it all makes sense now. See, what is that? Keep living.
That's me. That's on me. My bad.
What you doing? No, real quick, man.
My bad.
Appreciate you, man. I understand.
You know what I mean?
I was a little hard on you. I
trust you.
now.
But I ain't know the cards you was dealing. You know what I mean? So hey, brother.
Hey, but I walked in and shoot a little bit, just a little bit.
Hey, you know what I
Did
mean?
you say jump the gun?
Yeah. But on the flip side, it's like
preconceived notions, you know.
Yeah, but then there's also moments where it's like,
how could you?
Yeah. Just
how
randomly.
Could you wanna,
it's also like, nigga, how?
How could you want to miss?
How do you? You know what I mean? And again, like
yeah.
that's where the grace comes in, where it's like, hey, maybe he didn't understand his actions, or as I ain't even gonna say as adult, as niggas, as humans, you sometimes don't see or understand the ramifications of what you do until years later. To where it's already been done, it infested, it had its own little situation coming out of it, where it's like, wow, like I really allowed this situation to make me or have me miss out on some really big key moments. Where it's like,
and really at the end of the day though, they were the biggest loser of it all, because they were the ones that missed out. You were there. They the ones that will now live with the memory of, dang, I could have been there, but I chose not to be. So they'll have to deal with,
In some cases, I agree with that.
In most, if they intentionally didn't show up, if you intentionally didn't show up, there's a difference of factors that maybe played a part in why you couldn't show up versus, no, this is your fault. You had all the information. You had all opportunity, and you dropped the ball.
You got my address.
Yeah, you.
You know exactly what I say.
You know exactly.
The school I went to.
All of it. Like,
Lived around the corner.
Nigga, you got my number. All you
yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah.
I just I don't have nothing to say in regards to that, but I also just think too though, like sometimes issues aren't always resolvable, so it doesn't really necessarily mean that they need to sometimes either. Like sometimes it's just I had an issue with it, and it's just like, hey, like I look at like grandparents. There are a lot of things that I disagree with my parents doing or had done, or that they still do how they parent me. But niggas make for a dope grandparent. I'd be like, yeah, my issues really.
Yeah, it's like you gonna take. I'll get what I can get.
Go ahead and be
in
great
the sense.
over there.
As long as it ain't coming with disrespect, neglect, and trauma attached to it, you gonna get what I'm gonna take what I can get.
Yeah.
For at least for the kids' sake as well, because what I went through and what y'all experiences are different.
Yeah.
That you experienced your parents differently than your children will. And that, so it's like you gotta. Well, some things may have never changed.
I be happy when they be
and
like,
then
you cuss it. I'm like, she cussed to me like that for 35 years. So whatever she
whole
said,
life.
do, nigga. So go on about your business. Don't ask me for nothing. You forget my ass whooped with you. Bye. She the mama at the end of the day.
But and that's like our parents. I think our parents kind of grandparent similar to the way that we were raised, but they are, of course, more lenient.
Yeah.
My parents.
Shit.
The way my parents, but see, no, my parents aren't soft. Never been. No, I'm saying our punishments were you stand in the corner with dictionaries, like the big dictionary books with your arms straight.
Why'd you take so long to say dictionary? That was a hard D.
Because I was about to say Webster dictionary, but you would know about a hard D, wouldn't you? You was in a room full of.
That sounds like.
What happened now?
You definitely got daddy issues. Made you stand in the corner with dicks, scenaries.
I was like, wow.
Holding them? No, I am not
holding hard dick scenaries.
We'll leave that for 50
Wow.
I just think that daddy issues sometimes they look the same. I mean, they look different, but they're the same.
Yeah.
A dad who says I'm on my way and never comes is the same as a dad who's present and says I'm gonna do this and never does it.
Yeah, because the disappointment is still gonna be.
Yeah, so it's like I just wanted to kind of wrap my mind around it and then give women grace. Daddy issues ain't always associated.
And it's
women, and it's some men who have daddy issues, bro.
I was about to say it's like everybody.
Why they date and marry the way they do, and they talk the way they do because they have these daddy issues.
Out lack of.
And I don't know the resolve. I don't know if it's kind of
There's no cookie cutter resolve to
have the love for the nuance of what you do have versus that which you
desire.
But
you have to make the best of the moments that you are given. And if it's like you said, so no sense in complaining if you're not going to do something to change it. And if you have done something to change,
I hate that saying, but
it is because it's like shut up or put up. Because if you complain about something that can be changed and you're never trying to change it, stop complaining about it because you're not doing anything to change it. However, if there's something that you have tried to get better at or do, and nothing happened, you tried. It's no longer on you. So therefore you accept this is what it is and move on from it. You won't harp on those feelings because now it's like you said, your relationship now with your brother is, we can play the game all day long. Yeah. We can, we got so much in common that we're living through that. We're not going to dwell on what we don't have or what we didn't have growing up. We going from here. We making memories. Y'all making memories. So now he was like, yeah, me and my little brother be on the game all the time. Ain't no time. He over there bragging like, he whooped my ass. I don't whoop that. Y'all going back
and me out the car at GTA and say, I'm the big brother you drive.
See what I mean?
Nigga definitely start driving.
I bitched about it.
Nigga definitely about it the whole time.
Then the nigga
he gonna do that high
Turn right here.
No, the nigga told me he made me drive and then said, "Nigga, you set the waypoint too." I said, "Damn, I gotta press."
God, you gotta do all.
I said, "This nigga crazy, man."
They said, "Y'all better not fail this mission either."
But that's my dog, though.
But
no, man. Like I said, I just daddy issues are real.
You gotta have those conversations. I just recently had a conversation with my father.
We ain't talk.
Bitch, you ain't my father.
It's a big one.
But it was just, we had a brief conversation before, and it's not necessarily a daddy issue, but I always felt that I never did enough. And because I've always been the one to go and do my own thing. I can hear you all day long. You can suggest things all day long. But if I don't want to, I'm not going to.
Stubborn rebel.
No, and it's not even being stubborn. I just don't feel like, I feel like for anyone, like if there's something that you just honestly don't want to do, I don't feel like you have to do it. Now, in the event you have to make a sacrifice for things, especially when you have children and family and stuff involved.
Yeah.
As a person who doesn't have any of that, our priorities are not the same, are going to be the same.
Yeah.
So certain things you may a parent has to put themselves through that a single person, a single childless person doesn't have to go through because it's just, it's just them.
You kind of, your dad, your parents, y'all had to get up and do things
like
that y'all didn't want to.
So it's like y'all had children.
Fortunately and unfortunately, I don't.
And so it was just like certain things.
Laying in the bed to 12 niggas, my choice.
Certain things, it was just a conversation of just, it looks different for you when it comes to me. It looks different for me. And the things that we didn't have to go through that y'all might have, I'm like, you got to look at that in a positive way. Don't look at it in a negative way. Because I'm okay that I've never had to fend for food or was subjective to a freeze-dried meal. But you should be thankful if your children never have to go through that in certain instances. So it's like things.
Yeah.
Definitely. First of all, I got a military daddy.
Definitely as a parent, it's like you can appreciate moments like that.
To where you, so it's like
also as a
certain
parent,
expectations
also as a parent, it's going to turn at my heart a little bit when I see that, again, how I feel like the undertone of this conversation is essentially what our expectations are and what reality is.
And that was our
a lot of times as parents and as kids, as niggas, as humans,
for
sure. It's hard to adjust the goggles of life to where it's like, okay, how do I turn this filter into what reality is? Yeah. Like I see what I want.
Could be, yep.
I see what I want it to be. I see what my imagination, what my heart, what my dreams and goals is. However, how do I put that filter on to where it's like, okay, yeah, I see this. Once I put the filter on, it's like, okay, it's not impossible. It's gonna take me X amount of years to do. However, that reality and that what I want, sometimes that thing don't line up to where it's like I'm looking at it as red. It's actually blue. I'm frustrated that nobody else can see the red. Yeah. Everybody else like, no, that's blue, because sometimes when the person is not in your life, they can see the reality of the situation. And like I said, as parents, it's like, okay, hey, for my kid, there is a vision. There is a ideal destination where I wanted my kids to be. And when they don't line up with what my vision is for my kid, then as a parent, I feel like I didn't do what I was supposed to do.
But that's why I said
I didn't prepare you like I was supposed to.
But you have to trust yourself enough to know that the teachings that you've instilled in your child they're going to be great regardless.
But that's the thing.
No matter what you dreamt up for your kid, 9 times out of 10 is never going to be the actual path that they go, because they got their own dream.
No. And not only that,
I get what you're saying.
It's not like you want okay, I want my sons to be this, and if they're not this, then they're not successful, right? There are people like that. There are cultures like that, where it's like if your child don't become this lawyer, you're a failure in life.
Yeah, like
right?
You got to come from a line of such and such. You better follow suit.
However,
no.
To get biblical, right? Moses never saw the promised land.
Never saw.
Everybody benefited off of the sacrifices that Moses made and the people of that generation made. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of frustration in Moses to where it's like, I never got to see
this, and I never got to see it.
Not only get to see it, I never got to see my lineage get to there. Like the frustration you have to deal with as a parent, to where it's like, I understand what you're saying, where it's like, hey, maybe I'll reach my goal when you pass away. However, as a parent,
it's like you don't want to.
I want to see it. Like, why can't I? I want to. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting to the point now where my oldest son, I'm seeing pictures of him as a baby, And it's like
where he is now.
we're talking about now already. Okay,
College is like
what does
around
prom
the
look
corner.
like? Like, what does prom look like? And what does he's driving the freeway? Like, it's like
Major life
little
moments
stuff.
are
You know what I
happening
mean?
now.
So now it's like
Milestones
we're
are
checking off
happening.
all these boxes to where it's like, okay, I have this list of things that I want to see my son achieve. I would like to see my grandson. I would like to see my granddaughter.
Yeah.
I would like to see that second, third generation. I would like to see, you know what I mean? What if I don't see it?
What if you
like,
don't- are you okay with
that?
that?
Reality as a man, ooh.
So it's crazy.
Nigga is turn. It's
I had a
like
conversation.
it tears at you.
I had a conversation with my dad years ago with kind of the same dynamics, and my response to him simply was, because he was kind of putting pressure on me of just like how he mapped my life out to be, and then at the time I'm arguing, nigga, you ain't even what you asked me to be, and then I hate that saying, I'm trying to give you what I never had. Well, you robbing me, nigga, you never had it. And my reply to him though simply was, well, you gotta trust how you raised me. You
And
gotta
that's
trust what you
yep.
installed
That's what
in
she
me.
was just saying.
Yeah,
That's why I
you
say you have to
gotta-
piggyback.
yeah.
But I also, that's a tough reality too, though, to be like, damn, man, I see why they on my head so much.
No, for real.
Niggas just want to see.
Yeah,
'cause I
they
do
want
it
to
to
see
my
you
kids, though.
successful.
Like, I'm
They
like,
want to see you succeed in life. They want to see you get that.
not even just that. I think there's a,
But,
I
I
think
mean,
there's
that's
a
the-
joy of we
I'm
human.
patting myself on the back.
Yeah,
I did
I
good.
did great.
I did good.
It's like
My
teaching-
child
it's like
did
teaching your
X, Y, and
kid-
Z.
And
Yeah.
I'm not. I hate to say this because I know the situation, but I once you have kids, you understand that from a different.
But that's why I said it's
yeah,
like
because it's just like when
that-
you teach
that
a kid a word.
perspective
Like
is
I
gonna
love
be-
him asking my daughter, like she tell time on digital clock. Yeah, digital clock, analog.
yeah.
Let me talk to that baby. Let me talk to her. Yeah.
But I taught her how to tell
That's why
time.
he sit in class for
Yeah,
first,
that's right,
10
that's right.
minutes.
But I,
He's learning.
He's like,
But I
It's
taught
for
her how to
him,
do
not
it.
her.
1 + 1 is God. I'll be a monkey's
mind
uncle.
blown. yes.
That was good. That was good.
Brought that right on back.
That was good. But I taught her how to tell time, and so every time she'd get in the car and she'd be like, "It's such and such o'clock." I'd be like, "Who taught you how to tell time?" She'd be like, "Learn from the best." There's a pride in that.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
I mean, but I
And
get
that's
it because I've
life, though.
experienced that. But I experienced that with my godchildren.
Yeah.
There's just certain things that I, or like even just the children around me, like most of the children, I'm known to get them to start walking. So like, I be adamant, like, no, first birthday, you gotta be taking some steps. Like,
Fucking baby, put the coat on. We going to take out.
like,
Yeah.
like, you know, like
It's a blizzard. Blizzard smizzle. He about to walk.
okay, like.
Here he is. Every time you want to pick it back up.
So, so I get those, but it's just like as a full on parent, like I said, I grew up in a 2-parent household for a majority of my life. And a lot I never saw. But my parents taught us, and everything that they taught us, we always just told them, like, you gotta trust that you taught us well because you've seen us utilize some of the, key elements that you have taught us. So you just gotta trust the rest of the way it's going
It's
to
hard, and it's
I
hard.
understand my both.
It's
Yeah.
hard
as a
to
kid and as a
trust.
parent. I understand.
It's hard to trust what I've instilled in you, when you're showing me differently.
But
Where
if
it's
I've,
like,
but you
and
see
again, this
enough
is just
of
my-
what it is.
But no, this is what I'm saying, and I'm just saying, when you read the Bible, you got to understand the context and the time and all of that good
right.
stuff. I'm saying from the aspect of, again, from seeing it through my lens of what I want, and sometimes not out the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm looking at it through the lens of how I want it to be, how I mapped out my kids' life,
your
and how
time frame.
what I deem as a successful, a good life. Okay, if you're not lining up with those things, then yeah, I'm going we have to have I'm not doing something right. Like, what's going on?
But
So
see,
I
that's
get
where-
it. Where it's
yeah.
like, well, no, I'm doing it on this end. Where it's like, well, I taught you that, and I taught you this.
Yeah.
Nigga, you don't get
But
to pick and choose
sometimes-
what you're gonna learn.
but
Like, no,
sometimes-
I need you to apply both.
But sometimes this doesn't come into play. Right now, all you get is that, and like you said, so therefore,
when I'm
you gotta
seeing-
trust. But you have to trust enough. If they're utilizing that, this isn't too far away either. So you got just because it's not in that present moment doesn't mean that it's lacking.
But again, like I said,
because you're not going to use every skill that you have every single day.
It's a level of selfishness as a parent.
It is, but
like there's a really strong, thick layer of selfishness. Like he said, even this case in point where he like, who taught you that? Nigga, you could have said it once, and her teacher could be literally teaching this every day. Yeah. But the fact that you planted the seed, like no, it was like no, like you. And I'm not taking shade away from you. I'm just saying, like, you could have planted the seed. However, it takes a village.
Absolutely.
You got other people watering it. You got so it's like now, like I may have exposed you to these things. However, who really taught it to me? It came from a different avenue, but like I said, there's a thick layer of selfishness as a parent to where it's like I did that.
I agree with you, D, right? And I think my only pushback to just kind of credit with Shay I understand what she's saying, because I understand 100%, especially as a parent, right? But it's also kind of like as parents, I have to tell myself like, relax, bro. Like they ain't even what they own. Like, you pushing something that they ain't even, their character, their desire for themselves, or the end result for themselves. So I think as parents, sometimes we got to relax and be like, as much as I want to see you do that and be this, you might not be on that. And then, same for our parents, like, Dad, nigga, relax. Nigga, trust that what you taught me, I got foundation. Exactly. I just don't see what you see for me. And then in some cases, it's a thick layer of
like you got a brick and mortar, and this way is a commercial building.
Kind of
it's like kind
of like the story I told about.
It's like a cop out.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
As a parent, you look at it as a cop out.
What you mean?
Like
if it ain't going the way that you.
If you're saying, okay, hey, I don't see it the way you see it, and it's like, okay, I get that. However, I have a way of thinking to where it's, hey, we're going to do it my way or this way until this way doesn't work anymore.
And then it's like,
but when you're not even trying the way I'm doing, because I'm like, hey, the way I'm doing it, I know I've already took the bumps and the bruises to for you not to learn this way, to where it's like, now I understand you have your own life. But again, as a parent, it's my job to prepare you for life and the road ahead. And to do that, I have to let you prevent.
Preparing someone,
I don't disagree with
and
that.
literally walking their life out for them is two different things.
So here's what I'm saying, though.
But that's what I'm saying. We're gonna do this.
Most parents
until it don't work.
But most parents try to walk out.
You got niggas that's in the NBA,
and then their child ends up resenting them because they were so gung-ho on things being the way that they wanted it. They didn't take into consideration what that child even wanted for their own life once they got to an age to where they could say, well, this is the direction that I want for my life. And of course, no one wants to see their child or any children around them fail whatsoever. But you, like he said, but at some point you gotta relax and allow them, the same way you let people bump their heads. If you keep telling them not to do something and they're not taking heed to it, you're like, well, all right, I'll take the reins off. And when you do,
hard.
This is
absolutely.
Nobody is.
I don't disagree with that at all.
I don't think it's easy at all.
Here's the best analogy I have.
My son is 6'2".
Raising children are not easy at all.
When I see my son, I can see him as he's 6'2". I can see the man he's becoming. I see him as my baby boy, my bambino.
I go through that all
like
the time.
I see him as that. So it is hard to see you as the man,
a young man,
or the woman that you are, or becoming to be.
Still my baby.
Yeah.
But also, again, seeing that, flipping that filter to where it's like, you're still my baby, and I had a moment recently, last week. My son is at basketball practice, and my middle boy, and he's around like this new group of kids. So he's more so trying to get acclimated with basketball or whatever like that. He's trying to build relationship and rapport with people. However, again, when you're raised in love, it's a difference between kids that aren't raised in love.
Yeah,
so he's trying to, hey, we on a team. Like, I see this is what teams do. They dap each other up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You in the layup line, they give a 5. And he's like extending his hand for a nigga to give him a 5. And Buddy just walked past him like
little them.
Like he's nobody. In that moment, the dad, I might turn up on niggas.
Okay.
I'm like,
I'm about to
my man. I'm gonna take your hand, nigga, and shake my son's hand for you, nigga. Like, stop playing.
It's been a while. So
Mr. Gregory.
Was it like
It's like this. They put their hands on you.
damn? Shit's hot.
Been grabbed by a man before.
I wasn't even there. I want the nigga to start the story over again.
He said, "Yes, I'll submit."
I'm over here waiting. I'm waiting for the punchline again. You better start that.
Whatever you say, Daddy. Whatever you say.
Like, he did that to your son.
He's just a meanie. meanie.
Oh, that was good.
But it's like in that moment, the dad was like, hey, you rectify the situation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But then it's like, okay, I have to step back and I can't fight every battle for him, because I'm also preparing him. But you know what I mean? But it's like, it's hard. It's hard to not step into that situation where it's like, okay, I see wrong being done to my kid. And of course, he ain't doing nothing like harmful, you know what I mean, hurting them or whatever.
Still,
but it's just that.
Don't be right.
It's just that moment.
All these people,
yeah.
Like, what the?
Yeah. And it's like, it's, oh my God.
That's
and I had that conversation.
Where the villain story
Hey,
start.
my man's, one thing you do not see around here is a lane.
That's why I want to take my
You
daughter
will
out to
not
school.
be a
Same
lane.
shit. Yeah.
That's what you will not be.
Cornball. Yeah.
You will not be that type of nigga. So, and it's like, it's so many different nuances and layers to that, towards like, it's hard. Like I said, it's hard to allow your kid to bump their head. Like, it's really, really hard. It really is.
In all fairness, as a parent and as the child, in all fairness, a lot of times our parents, you're right. Whether we want to admit it or not, or see it later, like, I think there's a natural, I don't know why as kids, there's just a natural inkling to just want to go our own way.
Yeah,
you just want to hear that shit. And it's like, you sit back thinking, you be like, damn, Pops was kind of right. I ain't going to lie. Pops, I could have. Damn, that nigga was right. But it's definitely hard, man, as a parent to let go of your baby. I go through that all the time where I go through my phone and try to show a nigga a picture. Nah, I'm in a rabbit hole going through pictures. And I'm like, dang, my kids didn't grew from.
They growing.
I just showed a picture of our kids. I'm like, I forgot my baby hair was like that. Look at my little chunky baby. And then it just a quick moment.
Overnight.
Like, so it's very hard as a parent, man, to let go. You're going to always see your kids as your baby.
Yeah.
Which is why I think relationship with your kid is important.
Absolutely.
When I speak of relationship, I mean talking, inquiring, and not just so much of
and that's what
dictating. And I think that's why as children we be like, I ain't on that. Dad, I'm not on that, bro, because it's just like a, don't touch the stove, I'm going to whoop your ass. What? Tell me about the stove. What is it so intriguing about the stove that I can't touch, nigga?
Yeah.
Because now I'm like,
but see, and that's
I go to college, stoves.
Yeah. Right, now I'm just everywhere.
I'm never coming home, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
why they end up with 1,000 baby mamas. They didn't teach you all about the stove.
Oh, this one left quick. I
think she just picked up what you put down. I think that's what that was. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But like you said,
sponsored by, I believe it's the lifestyle brand. Anyone that really just some better than themselves. You thought I didn't catch that? Bigger.
Gotcha. Crank it up a notch.
That wasn't a direct shot, but like you said, the like I have a wonderful relationship with my father. I have a wonderful relationship with my mother. Like both of my parents are. And because I have such a wonderful relationship, there are things that I can talk to them about that some cannot, they feel they don't have that. But I can say almost anything to my parents. And we have that type of conversation to where it doesn't get weird or it doesn't feel like, you know, but everybody has those moments where it's just like, it's your parent. So anything that they're saying is just like, okay, I hear you. Yeah. But to be comfortable enough to open up and, you know, state the issue that you may have at this point. This is, you know, this is where I felt this way. To have that relationship, I wouldn't change it for the world. When I say I was blessed with the greatest parents ever, I really mean it. And it's not just because they're my parents. Like, for real. For real.
Oh, that's dope. And I don't have the worst relationship with my parents. There are things that I wish I had different dynamics within the relationship, right? Mm-hmm. But like I said, there are things I think that I just won't get. My father was more of a nurturer than my mother. I desire that for my mom, though. But my mom was a little more...
She didn't receive that, so she doesn't know how to
I don't know the end result of it.
Yeah.
But my mom was more of the kind of tell me about the streets and let me go play a little bit more, if you will. My dad didn't, and I'm like, well, nigga, you here at the house with me, just playing the game with me, nigga, but we ain't talking.
Yeah.
You ain't spend no time with me. We ain't going out. And so
I
have
the difference between present and after.
I've become some of that. Like, I don't plan nothing. I ain't the parent that's on here looking for Eventbrite weekend things to do for the weekend. It's just I picked that up from the nigga. And I have an issue with it, but I don't have it's a daddy issue, but it ain't his fault. I don't know how to change it either. I just picked up that characteristic. And I don't know if that's even a daddy issue. I'm just trying to throw the topic back in there. Like, say the name of the movie at the end of the movie type deal.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
But yeah, I just don't. I've become some of his ways and some things that he didn't do. Mm-hmm. I was blessed, even in our differences. I had a stepfather who I learned things from. And then you just go back and be like, yeah, Dad, but you wasn't showing me that shit, nigga.
Because and then that's like the positive side of it. Because you still had a village around. So there was what you may have lacked from your biological father. You had somebody there to still show the way.
And I had other niggas around
even
me
though
too,
that desire is like, I wish I did get this from my father, but I got it from my dad, who's also there. But I still got stuff from my father. So you take all of those pieces, and all of those, they put you together. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
No, I definitely I pull from different father figures in my life. To where it's like, okay, and I kind of learned that early on, where it's like I can't get it from my dad. However, I also knew I couldn't go without learning these things.
Yeah.
So there was, you know what I mean? I had my older brothers, I had my uncles, I had my goddad, I had people at the church where it's like, okay, I want to be like this to my wife.
Yeah.
I want to be like this to my sons. I want to have this relationship. You know what I mean? So it was like, okay, I pulled from these different figures to
create one big
kind of create, you know what I mean? And then from that, it's like, okay, now I don't need this anymore. I don't need that anymore. It's like, now what do I end up with?
Yeah,
but I also knew,
just like you do from your flowers.
I just also knew earlier on where it's like, okay, I can't get this from this person. However, I also know I can't go without. So I have to go out and find it.
I think association to people is what heightens our expectation. Because you my mama, nigga, expectations up there.
Oh, 1,000%.
Because you my daddy, and then, which, like I said, it prompts me to think and try to humble my thinking and be like, what happens when what you desire is just not what that person can offer you? Mm-hmm. And that's not a bad thing. It don't make them a bad person. It don't mean that they're not intentional about being a parent.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they're not intentional about what they teach you. And it just means, hey, they don't have that to offer. But as adolescents, we don't understand or know that shit, bro.
Yeah,
we
no, 1,000%.
What you mean?
Yeah, you only see what's down there on the surface.
And it's like,
and it's usually again very selfish to where it's like, oh, you ain't buy me these shoes.
Yeah.
My life
You
is
don't love
ruined.
me.
But it's like, as a parent, it's like,
You're like, no, but you
We're size 13.
you ain't
they
win-
come
you
out with
ain't
these
win without a
Jordans
meal.
every 5 years.
Yeah,
Nigga.
you want me to keep up?
Like, no. Like, nigga, no. Like, you buy them when you get older.
when you can afford it.
Yeah.
I'm doing what the government
'Cause
say,
right
nigga.
now, I'm
feed
getting-
you, house
okay.
you, clothes you, nigga.
But
Me and
also-
your mama had an agreement, and liking your black ass wasn't the problem.
Nah, that's fine.
That's from Victor. That's a great.
I also believe though, like, I think the way we love our kids also make us realize how much we needed love from our parents.
That's tough, dog.
You know what I mean? Like the way I love my kids is, it's like they said, you know what I mean? You become the person you needed when you was younger.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I lead with is love with my kids.
Yeah.
Not
So
money, not going play. I love these kids to death.
I can say that I'm a helicopter parent.
Meaning,
I got my hands in everything my kids do. I'm always there. I'm always my youngest son is starting. He just started this basketball. He play AAU or whatever. So we got all three in basketball now, which is crazy. Yeah, please, Lord be a check. Good God.
I got two. Doing stuff.
So, one of the coaches like, hey, we'd come pick him up or whatever, and it's like, just tell me where it's at.
Yeah, I'll drop it off myself.
No,
I got it. Don't worry. We
front
got
center.
we got a few transportation
Yeah. I'm like,
options around here.
if
Okay.
if
And
push
three of
come to
us drive.
shove, my son will
Somebody
be there.
He drive damn self, nigga.
Yeah.
Wait,
And
you-
it's like it's little moments like that to where it's like, in my mind, hey, if I had something like that, my life probably wouldn't have took the turn it did. You know what I mean? Or I wouldn't have got molested. These things wouldn't have happened to me to where it's like, okay, if I become this I have to become this person. So these things won't happen to my kids. We have two things we live by. Whenever my kids go, so hey, don't get got and don't let nobody get you.
Yeah.
And then Kayla always talk about whenever our kids are going through something, whenever we have moments as a family and we kind of resolve it or we're trying to find a way to resolve it, and this is one less thing they'll have to go to counseling for.
Nah.
Like that's what we live our life by.
Yeah,
Like,
that's, okay.
hey, this is one less thing.
less trauma that they gotta live.
They don't gotta deal with.
I gotta change my priority because I always be like, I did good. I know I'm not going to the nursing home.
That's a joke, and I'd be like, yeah.
I feel like I'm a
who's gonna
dad.
end up at a nursing home.
I don't think Kayla is. I think I'm going for sure. Yeah, I'm going for
You
sure.
said-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
The mama,
yeah.
she good. Me,
You, on the other
they gonna
hand,
come see me.
I check in with my kids.
They gonna come see me for
I
sure.
check in with my kids randomly because Autumn now she do this thing where I told her that I got different favorite kids every week. So who's your favorite this week? I be like, you put me in nursing home? She be like, I would never do that. Favorite.
Ding, ding, ding. Got a
Okay.
winner.
We got a winner.
Yeah.
I just said him because I was in front of him. You know you're my favorite. Right?
Yeah, I know for sure. They gonna visit me on the weekends, but I'm gonna be in there though.
Brandon gonna forget that I'm
Yeah,
in there.
they gonna visit me for sure.
Cam, that nigga, he probably FaceTime when his wife remind him.
Yeah,
Autumn is gonna be like, I'm trying to get my daddy out of here. Stupid ass boyfriend, he don't want to move the nigga in.
yeah.
I told you should've
But that's the
been
girl
there.
though. That's the
Yeah,
girl.
my
That's
baby.
that's the good thing of having a girl.
Yeah, I know we didn't talk. I do want to come back to that though next week. I want to talk about that father with. It ain't necessarily got to just be with daddy issues, but just with that parenting versus how you. I like that. I
Yeah.
Jump into that. I think that's important.
I agree.
In the sense of just you end up learning about yourself. I think when you have kids, you learn why you were so rebellious to some of the things your parents taught you, what you didn't like, what you did like, and then you kind of, oh, okay, yeah, that made sense. Where my bill at? I remember my mama told me. I'm gonna go
okay,
ass
real
today.
quick, boy.
And then you also just, I think for me, last thing, I see a lot of me and my kids, and I nurture what wasn't nurtured for me at that time.
Which naturally.
I had to become a certain way, and it's like I'm not gonna let nobody steal that innocent part from my child. I'm gonna nurture that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna even that requires me babysitting it a little bit or whatever. I am going to not gonna lose that because that's gonna make like what I was talking about Autumn last week. Like if I keep her in the school, nigga, she gonna be a savage in first grade.
Yeah.
She gonna be a Miss John Wick. I ain't got time to be picking up.
My girl gonna be a savage,
I'm gonna
period,
pick
but
up,
in a good way.
Autumn Wick. Yeah, come on, big dog. Come on, bro. So yeah, man, let's step into that next week, man. I think that was good. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, most definitely.
Appreciate y'all. Tell your parents ain't shit publicly. No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing, man. And man, thank you to our parents, man. Oh, I know what y'all thought. Y'all thought that we had lost our sponsors. No, we appreciate y'all. Thank you to our sponsors, man. Autumn Fresh Cleaning Service LLC, and I Believe. We appreciate y'all for allowing us to do what we do, keeping the mics on and keeping the lights on. Yeah, y'all take care. Be easy. I'm Voice 1.
Hey, yo, I'm Voice 2.
And I'm Voice 3. We out.